Well, good morning, good morning. It is nearly 5 o'clock. It's about 4:50. And yes, I'm up a little bit early today. Well, no, I usually get up about like this. You skip it off the wall over here. That's not my favorite skillet. Let me look down in here. And the oven. And we'll see. Hopefully we're doing okay today. We're doing okay. Just got to get breakfast going. Because, Billy Jean's always hungry. Let me wipe my skillet out because I had biscuits in it. And that's what I'm going to have again. I love this skillet because this is the one that I've used forever for my biscuits. So, several said, well, why are you using that? Is that Meissen and Haviland? And I said, yes, it is. And they said, well, why would you use that plate? Those plates? And I said, because there's no sense in not using them, is the way I feel about it. And the way I feel about it is I grew up with them, with this stuff all my life, so, Okay, I got my biscuits, my frozen biscuits, out of the freezer. Let me see how many. I use this Mama B's biscuits. I found out I like them really well. So I've got 3 out of this sack. You can get these at, I think at Walmart's where I got them. I'm not sure. But we like Mama B's biscuits. And then I'll open the other pack. We need more than, I always try to make a pan at least. That'll keep these frozen. Let's just put those in there. Let's see that. Maybe 8 good sized biscuits. Make sure you get that bottom part down though. I've noticed that it does make a difference. So, let me pull this over here so you can see it. There we got our 8. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some olive oil, and what I do on these biscuits to make them crunchy and good and brown is I take, and I just drizzle some oil. Then if I want to, I flip them over. Flip those biscuits over in that olive oil. Make sure you get that edge on that one with the, you can tell when it's got a ridge on it. It'll be on the bottom. So there, our biscuits are ready. Now if I was going to make those for dinner, then I'd put, I might sprinkle garlic on them or something else on them. But I'll put these in the convection oven at about, I'm going to put them on 400. And then you have to adjust your own oven, so you'll have to do that. And I'll be back. Alright, I heard the biscuits go off. Let's see. Well, there's our biscuits. Come out pretty good, I think they did. See, they got a little crunchy on them. Hot. They're crunchy. Kind of pie crust, flaky, you know. So there's our biscuits. We'll set them here on a big Cocoyus board because I finally got the big one out. I thought, because today, I call it Killing Hog Day, but it's really not Killing Hog Day. I've got things I've got to get done. And I'm pleasantly happy with these little puppet, my little hot pad holders. So I guess I'm going to make some eggs. That's what we'll have. If y'all want some eggs, we'll have eggs. I'll try to have eggs. And I'm going to get some of these. These are those Eggland's Best eggs. So I'm going to get out of my little trolley. I'm going to do probably 2 for Mother and 1 for me. I'm trying to not eat so many eggs. You heard the egg, that little trolley, just those little eggs, that's the neatest thing. And it's good. So I've got my skillet I keep down here. I'm going to paper towel, y'all. Kind of moving slow because my ankle. That's why you haven't seen me. I just haven't been able to get up and get around. I hurt my foot again, and so I'm kind of crippling around like Grandma Moses. That's okay. I'm going to turn my pan on, y'all. Use my Cocoyus pan. I can't even see it. Corrode pan. Cocoyus. Oh, that's a flower. So, you know what I might like with I might like a good scrambled egg this morning. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me turn that down and I'm going to figure me out a little scrambled egg. Why not? Why not do a little scrambled egg? If that's what we want. Let me get some, no, I'm not going to put onion or nothing in it. I'm just going to do an old-timey, plain old scrambled egg. And that's hot, Billie Jean. My pan is hot. You should know that. You just got out of the oven. Let me set these biscuits over here so I can get tiny, tiny kitchen. So I can get these eggs going here. So we'll just put us a 3 egg. Put us 3 egg in there. And get my little sack there so I can put my eggshells. Yeah, I can. This hip of mine, you know that, you know that ankle, when you have ankle problems, well mine has thrown my hip out too. So that means, whatever it means. If you're going to walk around like you've been hit by a wagon or something. But today, I got my 3 eggs in there and I'm going to put me some pepper in. Put me a little pepper. Just a little salt. Don't need a whole bunch. No, I'll get me a little baking powder. I'll put about, I'd say, let's give a little bit of it. This is that aluminum free baking powder. Giffen. I'll put about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, something like that. That just makes them fluffier, I think. Let me get a whisk. Better put a little cream in that because I see some of that bacon. Baking powder. I'll put some cream, just a little cream. I see some of that baking powder has, I should have dissolved it before I put it in there. And boy, if you don't, those little pieces in those eggs, you'll wish you had it because let it dissolve good and mix it good. You'll have bitter. That'll be bitterest eggs you ever had in your life. So let's get our pan up here. Turn it back up. And I'm going to check these eggs to make sure they're... Might add even one more egg because sometimes they'll cook down a little bit when they're scrambled. So we'll just add one more egg to that. So there'll be enough for everybody. Alright, there we go. Now we got the eggs done. And I've got our biscuits. Got some good grape jelly. Kind of cleaned up as I go. So what I've got to do is make sausage, is what I was telling y'all. Because you know I won't eat, I can't eat sausage because of the sodium now. But I don't like all those byproducts in my food. So I buy my pork and I grind it in my KitchenAid with my meat process attachment. And y'all that couldn't see that, those eggs, I'm sorry. Well, what I did is I put my eggs in here and put my bacon powder in here and I mix it. See, without that monitor, I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to try to get that fixed today, maybe. I've been working, our skillet's getting hot, so we better get it off there, we'll burn up the house. Let me let it cool down while I get one of these wooden spoons, and I'm going to put my eggs down in there. Okay, now we'll just start folding that in. I guess y'all can see that. Yeah, you see it pretty good. I'll just start folding that in, see. I start scrambling them and make them big hunks. See how those are hunking up? Turn that fire up just a hair and let it sit there a minute. Here we go. Once those start going, you really have to move them. See how them are fluffing up? You pick it up off that fire too, because you don't want them to get too burned. Because they'll be dry eggs. You don't want dry eggs. Nobody likes a dry egg or a smart mouth. So there's our eggs. They're done within just a half second. Let me get a plate because you don't want them to stay on there. You don't want them to stay on there because if you do, just take them out. You don't want them to get too dry, like I said. There's nothing worse than a scrambled egg that's dry. I can't stand it. Oh, something that's got a little wetness to it. Turn the fire off, baby Jean. Now I'm wondering, I could make a little bit of gravy real easy. Let's just make a little gravy. Real easy gravy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fire back on. And I'm going to put some olive oil in this pan. I like that. Because you're not going to need a whole bunch of gravy. I'll let that heat up now. See that oil? Now I'm going to get my mix for that. There's a recipe on there for gravy mix on my deal. I've just about used all this, so I'm going to have to re-up it pretty soon. And check it to see if it's sizzling, so it's ready. Let's just put not that much. You don't want a whole bunch. And now start, take that off of that fire and get this down in there. Start cooking that flour. That's too high. Turn that down. Get that all around, get that cooked. Now that'd be the lumpiest dang gravy you ever had. Okay, let's set that right there, and I'm gonna get salt and put in it. I'm gonna put some more pepper in it, even though that's got pepper. I like pepper gravy. I'm just gonna let that kind of fry there for a second. Let me get some cream. Now we do milk, but like I told y'all, let's set that back over here. I need to use this cream. So we just got cream. Okay, so I'm going to do half amount of cream. And then let me get water. And I'm going to do it out of my dispenser. I like creamy gravy, even if I didn't have the cream. This is what we used to use. And I just got it like that now. Now, we'll just put that down in our pan. Probably won't need all that. Just get our fire back up. Just gently, easily let that. I took that off for a second, and it'll finally melt, dissolve, not melt. The flour will finally dissolve. You have to be careful with that tiny pan, though. Now that gravy mix has got sage in it, so that's what gives you a kind of a nice flavor, like you would get if you made sausage gravy. I see those are, I can't pick that up and show you, but those lumps are dispersing into the, so you're not going to have a lump. Just keep stirring. It's starting to kind of get thick. Now y'all see, there's a few little bitty lumps in it, but not much. And if you have, like I've told y'all, if you get monkey gravy, get your sieve or your thing and just strain it out. Got them in all sizes. All sizes. What I'll do is let's move our eggs over. This is the kind I buy. Now be careful, that's, okay, so that's cooking. Let's go ahead and turn that off, because we've got our, let's get that around there. See, that don't look like it's got enough pepper in it to me. So, gotta add more pepper. Probably a little more salt. I'm gonna do that where you pour it up. So that's a good cream gravy. Be good on them biscuits, y'all. Now, if you want your sausage, you'd fry your sausage and do it that way. But since I can't have the sodium or nobody, you know, I'm just not gonna do it. I got some on that burner. Look at that. Because I was talking. Because I was talking. But, yeah, I don't think that'll be lumpy at all. Let's go ahead and put it into this and we'll see. I don't think it will be. But we'll try it. Let's just pour it in our sieve. Use that pan out of the way. Not a big enough kitchen for nothing, is it? See, that's not lumpy. I'm just going to push that on through, so I'm going to wash our spatula out, see. And we've got a good gravy there. See, that's a good gravy. So we got that. Too big a spoon for that bowl, though. Alright, so we've got our eggs and our gravy and biscuits. Gravy, egg, and biscuits. I don't know what else you'd want. So I'm going to fix us a plate. And oh, gotta have the grape jelly. See? I went ahead and decided I was going to get some Smucker's Concord grape because you can't beat it. Especially if you don't have gravy like I do. This time of the season, it's about running out that I know. So I'd already ran out of my gravy that I had made last year of the plum or the grape even. So what I'll do is I'll get a biscuit, and I've got some butter there. Let's see if y'all can, I think you can probably, let's see, right there. So that's what we're going to do. Let's pull this, we'll get us a biscuit. There's us a biscuit, let's cut it and see. See, that's a good biscuit, there's nothing like that. Give us some butter. Put that on that biscuit. See how beautiful that is? That's a good biscuit. And we'll get one. That'll be our jelly biscuit. And let's get us a, see how flaky those biscuits are? Drop them. And get a spoon here. And let's just look at this. See that gravy? There you go. There's some good gravy. So you got your biscuits, and then we'll get our eggs. Get our eggs here. Lift those over. Those would be great. And you can't forget the Smuckers. You know, give me a clean utensil. Give me a jelly spoon here. I'm going to put a dollop of jelly on each one of these jelly biscuits. Just like that. And then we'll get us a cup of coffee. And give us a cup of coffee here. Let's give us a cup of hot coffee. And I'll put some regular cream in it. Have some cream and some coffee. So that's what we're having. This is our breakfast, and I'll try to make the video of making the sausage later on this afternoon. God bless you, God bless us, God bless the United States. We're just here to eat with us. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.